You ever notice how listing clients tend to bring you even more clients? Think about it. You have a listing, you're getting leads from your yard sign, you're getting internet leads from Marketplace and Craigslist, or at least you should be. Maybe you're even getting leads from an open house. Just for reference, me and my brother Levi, we generated 84 qualified sales leads from our last listings and 241 from the listing before that. The point is, listings attract clients. What if you don't have any listings? What can you do to attract more clients? And the answer is borrow other agents' listings. I'm Chris Jones, founder and CEO of Guerilla Realty. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to legally and ethically borrow listings so that you can attract more buyers, just as if you had a roster of 5 to 10 active listings of your own. I'll walk you through my exact process and you can try it yourself in a few minutes. It's that easy. By the way, I do a full 1-hour training on this same topic, and it comes with a full download of all the tools and resources that I mentioned in this video. And you can get the training for free. All you have to do is like this video, share it with a friend, and then comment shared below, and I'll send you a private link directly to the training. But here's what I'll cover in this video. Lesson 1, why you should borrow listings in the first place. Borrowing listings doesn't make you less than. The agent that I learned this strategy from took as many as 114 listings in a year, and he still borrowed listings. So I'll explain why in this lesson. Lesson number 2, I'm going to teach you the difference between magnet listings versus ghost listings. Some listings will attract leads, some will be duds. Let me show you how to identify which ones are which. And then finally, in lesson number 3, get instant written permission. I'll show you how to get easy permission from virtually anyone, even the stingiest listing agents in the most ridiculously competitive markets. All right, lesson number 1, why should you borrow listings? And this one's an easy one. Let me share 6 reasons why you should be borrowing listings. Reason number 1 is for you, and it's because then you'll have endless inventory. We all know that agents with lots of listing inventory generate more leads and clients and opportunities than agents with no inventory. And why you have no inventory doesn't really matter. Maybe you're a new agent, you've never taken a listing. Maybe you're a veteran listing agent, but you've just sold through your inventory because you do such a doggone good job. Wherever you have no inventory, it really doesn't matter, right? But if you're willing to go out and borrow listings, then you have endless inventory and you can cherry pick the properties that are going to attract the best leads. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is you can use all that inventory to generate a boatload of high quality leads. Hopefully you're leveraging playbooks like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, our Upcirculating playbook. You can check out, we've done videos on all 3 of those playbooks, but you can use these listings, these borrowed listings to generate leads. And then reason number 3, and actually reasons number 3 through 6 are actually for the selling agent. So the selling agent or the SA is going to get more traffic. Remember, we're going for a win-win here. So they're going to get more traffic because we're out there promoting the property and showing it to people who wouldn't otherwise have seen it. And more traffic means, according to the laws of supply and demand, it means lower days on market on average, and it means a higher sale price. That's incontrovertible. And because of that, reason number 6 is the selling agent actually has a fiduciary obligation to say yes. So whenever I ask to borrow the listing, they should say yes. Remember that big word fiduciary that we learned in real estate school? It means that in this arrangement, the selling agent is actually not representing their own interests. They're representing the interests of their client. And we all know that the client is going to want to maximize their traffic because that'll lead to lower days on market and a higher sale price, which is what every seller is after. And this is why the Compass/Zillow case is so interesting, but that's another topic for another day. More traffic, lower days on market, higher sale price. And so the selling agent should say yes. Sometimes they'll actually say no, right? And when they do, here's what you do. Hang up the phone and move on to the next, right? So I always recommend that you target these agents in this order. First, ask your broker. Your broker is going to be vested in your success. If they're not, you should probably move on to a new broker. So your broker or team leader, if you have one, okay? Then go to your friends and colleagues, whoever your bestie is. Maybe they work at a different company and have access to a lot of listings, or they take a lot of listings. You could ask them. Then Maybe you guys don't know this, but if you're a HUD certified agent, you can actually advertise listings off of HUD.gov. Sometimes those are great opportunities, sometimes not so much. And then finally, you could go after your competitors. So your competitors are going to have great listings that you would love to sell. And so you could advertise them on your socials to generate leads. But I would recommend those 5 categories in that order. Just go to your broker first, team leader, besties, right? Then go to HUD.gov or if you're HUD certified, and then finally go after your competitors. It's really easy to get somebody to say yes. All right, lesson number 2, magnet listings versus ghost listings. So how do you know which properties to borrow to attract the most leads? Let's talk about it. So a magnet listing versus a ghost listing. All right, let's talk about the differences. So a ghost listings, these are very common. You go out and you'll borrow a listing and you'll post a marketplace ad or a Craigslist ad, or you do up circulating, and you'll get 0 ad clicks, 0 messages, and of course, 0 leads. And it wasn't worth your time. That's a ghost listing. Meanwhile, there are other listings out there that we call magnet listings, where just in the first 24 hours, you'll typically get 20 plus ad clicks, 5 plus messages. And this is all free, by the way, because we're only running free organic playbooks on these borrowed listings, and 2 plus leads in the first 24 hours. We call these magnet listings, right? And sometimes it feels like random chance. Some listings just happen to be ghost listings and some listings happen to be magnet listings. But the truth is, you can actually identify magnet listings ahead of time before you even ask permission to advertise them, before you borrow them. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So magnet listings are going to meet these criteria. So it means that they have magnet levels of desirability, right? And desirability just means it has something that people want. So it could be that it's listed for a very good price. Although, to be honest, price is the lowest form of magnet desirability. And the reason why is that most times we're not going to list the price in any type of ad that we post. So people will never know the price before they click on it. So usually price is not a very good indicator, but a very low price range could attract a lot of investor interest if that's something that you're willing to work with. If you're not interested in attracting investors, then I wouldn't recommend that you focus on price range at all, right? So other criteria for magnet levels of desirability are location. So where does everybody want to move right now? What is the most desirable location in town? You should set your filters when you're searching in the MLS for listings to borrow, target listings. You should set a pinpoint location. Design, and I'm talking about design features. So it has a extremely beautiful kitchen, an extremely beautiful sunroom, something that just makes people want to live there when they see it. So if it's got magnet levels of desirability in the design, that's something that's going to attract a lot of click-throughs and potentially a lot of leads. Or if there's some other key feature, such as a pool, something like a really huge lot size. So if it comes with acreage, or even if it doesn't come with acreage, but maybe it comes with a full acre or a full 2 acres, big enough for a garden, or maybe it's got a creek in the back, or it's got a tree house, or it's got, any kind of key feature that makes it a little bit more desirable than houses around it are good. Maybe it's got a second dwelling, maybe something that could be turned into an Airbnb or like a mother-in-law suite or something, pool house, something like that. So pool, lot size, second dwelling, these are just a few ideas. So I'd say pool, lot size, second dwelling, etc. But really what you're looking for is some kind of key feature that gives it magnet levels of desirability. So price, although that one really shouldn't be a consideration most of the time. Primarily, you're looking at location, design, or a key feature. And so what you want to do is you want to go run a filter in your MLS where you put in the best location, you search for the best designs, and then you could put in either a keyword or some type of criteria search that's going to include at least one of these 3 key features, and then just see what the MLS pops out. And generally, when I do all 3 of these together, I can typically find around 20 or 30 active listings that would be absolutely phenomenal listings for me to borrow. And these are magnet listings. I know that when I post them, that they're going to get a lot of click-through traffic and a lot of leads. And of course, once you've identified a number of magnet listings that you can go after to borrow, then it just comes down to lesson number 3, which is how to get instant written permission. And so I'm going to screen share one last time, and I'm going to walk you through our exact process. We call this, of course, the loaner playbook. But instant written permission is really, really, really simple. It's not something that you have to be afraid of. So what we're going to do is you're going to get a copy of my script. It's called the Loaner Script. You can find it at callster.io. It's one of the apps that we build. And we'll put a link in the description, but you can also, remember, get the full in-depth training, and it'll come with all the downloads, and we'll do a deep dive into this exact process. So instant written permission, we're going to get it by calling up the selling agent with this really simple script. And this is just an example, but you can play around with it and make it work for you. So I'm going to call them up and I'm going to say, hey, Bob, or whoever the listing agent is, it's Chris with Guerilla Realty, and I'm calling about 123 Elm Street. And I've been jogging by the property for a few weeks, and I saw it went pending, and now it's back on the market. What's the story? Was it overpriced? And this is what's known as a conversational anchor. You notice here there's a note that says, or insert another conversational anchor, right? So I like to run. Oftentimes I would find myself jogging by a property, and I would notice something interesting about the property, like the fact that it was pending and now it's back on the market, or maybe the lawn needs to get cut or whatever. But you could just call them and say, hey, I was jogging by the property. I saw the lawn needed to get cut. What's the story? The seller giving you a hard time? Just any kind of conversational anchor that's going to get the conversation started. And they're going to tell you the story of the listing. Oh, yeah, this is a great listing. We just had a little snafu with the buyer. They're going to tell you the story. And then once you've established a basic conversation and you've asked them about them, then you're going to say, well, glad I asked. I'd love to bring you a buyer. Would you mind if I advertise this listing on my social media? And that's it, right? And they're going to tell you yes, nearly 100% of the time. Occasionally, they might ask a follow-up question like, could you send me a copy of wherever you advertise it? Yeah, sure. I'd love to send you a copy of my ad. No problem. And you just send them a link anytime you advertise it, whatever playbook you run. Sometimes they're going to say, yeah, sure. But, are you going to make sure and list? Of course, we always, it's actually, in the Realtor Code of Ethics, I gotta always do listing courtesy of, broker, company, etc. So yeah, of course you're going to be mentioned as a listing agent. I want to bring you a buyer, right? I don't want to take credit for your listing. And that's that, right? But you're going to get told 99.9% of the time, they're going to tell you yes, straight up, because they want you to bring a buyer as much as you want to advertise their listing for them, right? Now, I do not pretend to be a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. However, in a lot of areas, a lot of states, a lot of areas, in addition to a verbal conversation, they require written permission in order to advertise. So to go above and beyond, I recommend this for everybody, whether you're in one of those areas or not. I recommend that you follow that conversation with a simple one-way text message. You do not have to wait for a reply. All you have to do is copy and paste this simple text after the conversation where they told you yes, where you say, hey, this is to confirm our conversation that I am able to advertise 123 Main Street. Let me know if the status of the listing changes. And that's it, right? And then one more little pro tip for you guys. Once you've gotten your instant written permission, what I would tell them is, hey, I actually like to do this for a lot of listings every single month, and I can usually bring a lot of traffic. Would it be okay if I got blanket permission just from now on to advertise any of your listings? Would that pose a problem for you? Would that be an issue for you if I just and of course, at any time, if you want to, tell me to stop advertising your listings and bringing you more buyers, I'm happy to do that. But would it be okay if I just got blanket permission? And here's what's cool. If you use this one conversation to not just borrow one listing, but to borrow all the listings that they continue to take in the future, then you're good to go, right? You don't have to borrow as many listings in the future. And that's what we've done. So me and my brother Levi, we did all the hard work years ago. And now at any given time, I can log into the MLS, and based on the agents who have already given me blanket permission, I have 20, 30 listings to choose from at any given moment for me to go out and test and run ads to. So there you go. And that's it. Just rinse and repeat as many times as needed until you have a roster of 5, 10, maybe 20 active listings, and then advertise the heck out of them. Just watch the leads pour in. So drop a comment below if you have any questions about how to pull this off. And remember, if you want a free copy of our Callster app, to practice the script with AI before you call up the listing agent, maybe you're a little squeamish about that, all you have to do is like this video, share it with a friend, and then comment shared below, and I'll send you a private link to get the software. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We release videos like this one every week.